Hi, I'm Marcus. I'm a University of Lincoln student. I'm in my second year studying music. I'm also part of the Student Life team, which is part of the team that's putting this forward to you. We're in a student accommodation now, pretty typical accommodation for the University of Lincoln, and we're going to give you a quick tour and a little look around so you know what to bring, what the university provides for you, and just give you a sense of what the space is like. We're in 179 right now, but it's a pretty good example of just general accommodation. To my left is Zoe, who's going to be helping me with questions.
Hi, I'm Zoe. I do computer science and I'm a second year student. I also create content for Student Life. Don't forget to send in your questions throughout the entire tour and we'll be getting them in shortly.
Also, we have Tiffany, who's part of the accommodation team.
Hi everyone, my name's Tiffany. I'm an administrator in accommodation services. So the accommodation team is here to support students who live in the university owned and managed accommodation. So if you've got any accommodation questions, now is the time to drop them in the comments and we'll be able to help.
Brilliant. We're going to start a tour in a second, but it's important to say, make sure you follow the @UOL Student Life on all social media platforms like TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, because we'll post regular updates and more information about student accommodation and student life in general. So let's start the tour.
Perfect, yes. So as Marcus mentioned, we're in 179 at the moment, but a lot of the accommodation is really similar. So this is a 5-bedroom apartment. So you can see this is the kitchen space. There's plenty of space for 5 people. You've got a nice seating area as well. So you can sit around here with your new flatmates, get to know each other, play some board games. Maybe you want to cook a flat meal together. You've got all the furnishings that you need to do that. So you've got your cooker. A question we get asked a lot is what type of cooker is it? It's just a normal electric one, so you don't need induction pans or anything like that. You've also got a microwave. So if you do want to just cook soup or something boring, you've got a microwave. You've got a kettle included as well. So if you want some soup noodles, which most students do, you've got that. The only thing that's not included that you'll need to bring as a flat, well, the main thing that we get is a toaster, but you might want to wait and chat to everyone first because you don't want to end up bringing 5, 6, 12 toasters with you, but you'll need to bring that. As well as that in the kitchen, you've got loads of cupboard space, so enough for the 5 people in the flat. You've also got some cleaning bits, so you've got hoover, mop, just kind of brush, ironing board. You will have to clean up after yourselves. You've also got a huge fridge freezer. So again, these will get bigger as the flats get bigger, but this is just enough for 5 people in this one. And then we'll come through to the lounge. You can have a look at that. So you've got a seating area in the lounge. You can sit as a flat. Maybe you want to watch a film together. You've got the TV on the wall here. The TV license is paid for the one in the lounge. That's the same across all the accommodations. It's just if you're going to bring one for your own room that you'll need to have a look into getting a TV license. But yeah, that's included. So you can sit around with your flat, enjoy some films or TV. And then I think we're going to show you into the bedroom now with Marcus.
Yeah, brilliant. So I'll just come and show you one of the bedrooms. This is what's called a furnished room. So it's got all the furnishings in it already. But it's important to say that this isn't what it will look like when you move in. Just have a quick look around. So we've got a mirror when you first walk in, coat hangers, which is really useful, so you can make sure you look fabulous when you go out. We've got loads of storage space, both at the side here and dotted around the room. There's all sorts of places for storage. For example, there's the drawers, which are absolutely ginormous. So you've got lots of space for notepads, notebooks, pens, laptops, study notes, anything you might need to store. We've got a desk and a chair, so you can do your studying. And we've got pin boards either side. There's one over next to the bed as well. And that's so that you can pin up posters, reminders, timetables, anything that you need without damaging the walls so that you can keep your deposit. We'll move over to the wardrobe. This is the wardrobe. There's plenty of storage space, as I say, for all your clothes. Speaking of which, it's probably a good idea to bring a selection of clothes for different weathers because you never know what the weather's going to be like. Here is the bed. It's important to say that the mattress comes with it, but everything else like pillows, scatter cushions, pillowcases, duvet, and a mattress protector You'll have to bring those yourself because they're not provided for you. Underneath, we can see that there's loads of storage space, even underneath the bed. So that's a good place to store like boxes and bags that you bring with you to uni, that you bring your stuff in. That's quite a good place to store them. There's plugs everywhere that you need them, which is brilliant because you can like charge your phone next to your bed, and you can plug in like night lights and lamps and stuff like that. So yeah, I like this storage cupboard here because it goes right to the back. It's so massive. It's loads of storage space. So yeah, here is the bathroom. Just have a look around there. Like with the room, the furnishings are in this one, but they won't be provided for you, so you'll have to bring your own toilet paper, toiletries and towels and stuff like that, and bath mats and etc. But yeah, it comes with a sink, shower and toilet. We're just going to go back to the lounge area to answer some of your questions.
So, a question just come in saying, how big is the bed?
If you want to answer this.
Yeah, perfect. So the beds here are small doubles. That's pretty much standard across all accommodations, but you might just want to double check because some are different.
There's a slight delay, so your questions will be coming in quickly, but another question is, are candles allowed?
That might be another one particularly.
Yeah, I can answer that. So candles aren't allowed, but if you do want to make your rooms feel a bit more homely, you could bring something like fairy lights, or you can get fake candles to bring.
Another question is the kettle included?
I can answer that one. Yes, the kettle is included. The only thing that's not is the toaster. So like we said, make sure that you have a conversation with your flat and see who's bringing the toaster, because if everyone brings one, you end up with so many toasters. I made that mistake the first year. Honestly, first week, and then we're like, so many toasters, we don't need this much toast. But yeah, so the kettle is included.
Are extension cables allowed?
You'll have to double check with the accommodation. So if you just drop us an email, we can have a look into it for you. We usually say with electrical items, if they're brand new, they're okay, but some might need to be pat tested. So yeah, just double check before you move in.
Is the oven gas or electric?
You can answer that as well. It's just electric. So you'll need to bring some pans with you. Again, you might want to share with your flatmates. Cooking wise as well, you need to bring things like bowls, cups, cutlery, plates, everything like that with you as well.
Questions are coming in, there's a slight delay, so.
Yeah, while we wait for more questions, and just for anyone who's joined a little bit late, we're just going to go around again just to give you another look tip. So yeah.
Perfect, yeah, coming back through to the kitchen. So if you have just joined us, here's what's included in typical student accommodation. Some of them are going to vary in size and the kitchen and lounge depending on how many people are in your apartment, but this is pretty typical. So you'll have a microwave, as I've just said as well, you've got your oven, you've got a kettle included as well, and then obviously all your washing up facilities. Sorry to say you will have to clean up after yourself. To help you do that, we do provide some cleaning items. So you've got a mop and bucket, hoover, you've got a brush, and then ironing board and iron as well. Space-wise, there's plenty of space. So you've got at least a cupboard each. You've got loads of room in all of these. And then you've got 2 big fridge freezers as well. So this is just for 5 people, this one. So if you've got, say, an apartment of 12, you might have another fridge freezer as well. In the same space, you've got the lounge. Perfect if you're having sort of a flat film night, you can all get together in here. Especially in the first couple of weeks, you might want to get to know each other, chill out and watch some TV. You've got a big table as well, so you might want to play some board games, maybe some card games, but plenty of space for everyone. Mentioning about the TV as well, the license is included, so you don't need to worry about that. You'll just need to get a license if you're planning on having an individual TV in your bedroom, but that one's sorted.
Thank you. Have we got any more questions just before we go
Yes,
to
we've
the...
got a couple. Someone's asked, what is the most useful thing that you took to uni?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'd say, weirdly, like a lamp where you can change the light intensity of it, because obviously when you're studying at university, it's the first time that you don't have a bedtime. So if you want to study slightly later on at night, but your eyes are a little bit tired, or maybe you just want to read next to your bed, it's really useful because you just put the lamp in and then you can make it slightly dimmer so that it doesn't strain your eyes. So I find that really useful. But that's probably a really nerdy answer. Some people might say a PS4 or something, but no, a nightlight.
No, I think that's such a great idea. For me, it wouldn't be a useful thing, but just to make yourself feel a bit more comfortable, a bit more like it's your home, bring in things like throws and cushions for the bed. You can just really personalise it. A lot of the rooms have pin boards as well, so you can bring some pins, stick up some pictures or fairy lights, and yeah, make it feel a bit more cosy.
Yeah, on that note as well, there's a couple of articles on Student Life about this, where, because obviously it doesn't come with cushions in the lounge area, you have to supply those yourself. A really good way to make the space feel homely and comfy is to get a massive throw, and maybe like all chicken as a flat, and just get a massive throw and put it on the sofa, because it just makes it really comfy. So, yeah.
I mean, other than the obvious with like my computer and my laptop, I would have to say stuffed animals, to be honest. They definitely remind me of home and help me settle in a lot easier. But yeah. And we've got some more questions. Can we see inside of the kitchen cabinet?
Inside the kitchen cabinets, yeah, of course. Let me show you this one. So this one's got the 3 shelves, and then here's another one. But there's loads and loads of space, and then there's more behind and down here as well.
Definitely lots of space for everybody. Also, someone's asked, is there an Ethernet socket?
It'll depend which accommodation you're in, so feel free to drop us an email and we can have a look in your room if there's one there as well.
That's all the questions we've got right now, so...
Yep, I'll take you around another room. Make sure to keep sending in your questions, and if you're thinking, we've sent it in and not answered it yet, it's just because there's a little bit of a delay, so just bear with us. This is another room. It's slightly different to the other one, just for a little bit of a change, but it's the same sort of thing. It's a furnished room. So yeah, it is, as with the other room, it has a mirror and coat hooks. There's plugs everywhere. There's little decorations, but these don't come with the flat, so you have to supply these yourself if you want decorations. There's a desk and a chair. So you can do your studying. There's plenty of space to do all of your studying. There's pin boards next to a bit like how Tiffany mentioned. There's pin boards in the rooms so that you can hang up decorations or posters, pictures. That's really useful. If you're starting to feel a little bit homesick, I would suggest getting some printed out pictures of like family and famous, whatever makes you feel like home. And just pin those up, because that's really helpful. There's loads of storage space. There's tons. Like for example, if you just look in one of these drawers, there's plenty of space for your notepads, notebooks, pens, pencils, laptop, everything that you may need to study. There's also loads of space here for not just decorations. Obviously in this flat there's no clothes in it because no one's in here yet, so it's decorational, but you could put clothes here if you wanted to. There's a massive little cubby hole there that goes right to the back, so that's really useful for storage. This is the bed. Obviously these more storage above the bed, and a pin board as we mentioned. There's plugs next to the bed so you can charge your phone and like night lights, reading lamps, stuff like that. The bed itself, the mattress comes with it, but you have to supply your own duvet, pillows, pillowcases, scatter cushions if you want them. There's obviously quite a few here, and a mattress protector. You have to provide those yourself. Here's the wardrobe, plenty of space to store your clothes. I would suggest bringing, this is what I learned in first year, bringing a change of clothes like from between different weathers, because you never know what the weather's going to be like. You might have a random really hot day, so it's good to be prepared. Underneath the bed you have even more storage space. And I, in first year, used this space for boxes and quite large bags, you know, for when you come to uni for the first week and you have all these boxes with all your stuff in it. It's good to be able to put them underneath the bed so they're not cluttering up the space. Moving on to the bathroom. Sink, toilet, shower. It's your responsibility to keep this room clean, as with all rooms, but so do make sure that you don't let it get messy. Just give it a little bit of a clean every now and again. A mirror there, but make sure you bring your own towels and bath mats and toiletries and toilet paper. We're going to go back to the lounge and answer more of your questions, so keep them coming in.
So someone's asked, where will they be receiving their mail?
Perfect, yeah. So the accommodations will have a designated reception. They'll have some post boxes, so if you get a letter, it'll probably go through there. Or if it's a big parcel, they'll take it at reception. You can then pop down and collect it with your ID.
Someone else has asked, where can we follow Student Life?
That's a good question. You can follow Student Life on pretty much all social media platforms, rather. It's at UOL Student Life on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I don't think I'm forgetting any, but if I am, feel free to chip in. So yeah, you can follow it on pretty much all social media sites. And we've got a website as well, and an app, I believe, in the App Store. So yeah, the website's really useful because videos and articles go up there all the time, just to help with general student inquiries and student life in general.
Someone else has asked, is there a laundrette?
Yes, every accommodation has on-site laundry facilities and you'll be able to access that with your accommodation key card. The only exception is in Valentine Court. They've actually got the washing machines within the houses. But yeah, there's on-site washing everywhere.
I would recommend as well, when you're living in student accommodation, it's a good idea to go and do your washing at the same time every week, because that way you get to a sense for when there's free machines. Because there's nothing worse than coming down, trying to do all your washing, and there's just no machines free. So yeah.
Where on campus is 179 compared to this accommodation?
Perfect, yeah. So we can just look out the window if you'd like. So straight across there, you'll see the bridge. Then you've got towers just across the road next to the library. So it really is just a stone's throw away from the actual campus. Across the other side, you've got the Brayford Pool as well, and Sarah Swift building is just there. So it's pretty much as close to campus as you can possibly get for accommodation.
Yeah, so that's 179, because that's the one we're in right now.
And someone's asked, what does Student Life do exactly?
Good question. Student Life is content that's made by students for students. So stuff like things to do around the city, studying tips, tips for falling asleep sometimes, exam preparation tips, how to decorate your room. There's absolutely tons of stuff. I will recommend going on the website and having a little look, because it's just general tips from students who've experienced student life, giving what they've learned.
Someone else has asked, when can we move in?
Perfect. So the move-in week for new students is running in the week before the 3rd of October. So it's going to vary depending on which accommodation you're in, but you'll be sent an email either tomorrow or the day after detailing how to book your time slot to move into which accommodation.
Questions are just coming in now, but don't forget to keep sending them in.
If there's anything else that you want to see in particular, do make sure to comment below, because we're doing a general sweep, but if there's something specific, then just let us know.
Perfect. Trying to think of questions that we get asked quite a lot. Probably, what would be one thing that you learned from uni? What do you wish you'd have known in first year? You guys got any tips for first year students moving in?
I'd definitely sort of communicate between other people on the course, because I do music, which is quite collaborative anyway. But it's a really good idea to talk to people on your course because then it just creates a bit more of a social life because you have flatmates, you have friends that you randomly meet on nights out, and then you have course mates as well. So that was really helpful because as well it's I'd advise like talking to second year students because if you're a first year, talking to students that are in a different year to you because they've gone through the same thing and they can offer like tips, especially just a really specific examples to music is stuff like how to book a practice room. You can just ask someone in the second year and they'll know because they've done it for a year. So yeah, don't be scared to ask questions just ask questions to everybody.
Yeah, that's great advice. Great way to get to know new people as well. And you've got your flatmates, so maybe when you get here you can all get together, maybe you can cook a meal together, something like a Christmas flat meal for example. But yeah, just to make the most of the experience.
I would say definitely utilize the library. I mean, you might think it's like a nerdy place, but you'll never know the kind of things that you'll find there, whether it's stuff that your lecturer has recommended for you or stuff that gives you a little bit more insight, especially for your assignments or any coursework that you might have. Any questions that you are asking, we will be answering in the comments from now on.
Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed the tour around the student accommodation at the University of Lincoln. As we say, if you have any questions, answer them and we'll answer them in the comments. But other than that, you can talk to the accommodation team, you can message on any of the socials for student life because there's always someone on there to answer your questions. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, perfect. Get in touch with us either in the comments or you can drop us an email. Again, we're on social media as well, so Accommodation Lincoln, and you'll be able to find us, drop us any questions or just call or email. We'll be happy to help.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching.